What's up, Exiters?
What up?
So today, for this exit, we're in the middle of the woods.
Yo, we out way out in the middle of nowhere. When I tell you we in the middle of nowhere, no cell phone service of any kind, tiny little road, barely got the car down it. Nothing but nature and sand. It is beautiful out here, though.
Yeah, but we're out here for a purpose. But it's not a very pleasant purpose. It's a very grim story. We're going to get more into it. Join us on this exit. So we had to travel down this single lane road for, I would say, at least 10 to 15 minutes off of the main road. That's how far back we are in the middle of these woods. And it is, I mean, it's already like perfect fall weather here in Pennsylvania. But really, like, just putting you here, like, it is chilly. Like, the trees are so thick, like, you can just barely see patches of sun coming through. But I don't know if you can hear it. There's like a creek or a river somewhere over there behind us, or to the side of us, I should say. Truly beautiful piece of nature out here.
All right, so on April 24th, 1856, George and Joseph Cox venture into these woods and get lost. Their father Samuel was out hunting. They had a cabin here. The father went hunting. He left both boys home with their mom. The mother thought that both boys were with Samuel. They weren't. They ventured into the woods, like I said, never to be seen again alive.
So if you look over here to our right, you'll see tacked against this tree we have a Cox monument. And if you take this small little trail through the woods, oh my God, you about gave me a freaking heart attack. I was about to run into these woods like ain't nobody's business.
But yeah, you was all over the haunted house last night like it wasn't nobody's business.
Well, hey, when you go to Centralia and have people follow you, creep you out, you get on your toes.
It is a nice creek back here.
So if you didn't know the grim nature of this story back here, this is actually a very nice walking trail. From the sound of that water back there, I was expecting something a lot bigger.
No, this is the same creek that we drove by or followed coming up here. It's like it gets wider, it gets narrow, more. This is actually a good flowing creek.
This is pretty. I bet that water is freezing.
Oh yeah. That water probably, it don't ever heat up. Back here through all this thicket of woods.
So this particular story we're telling you today, if you look it up or you're interested, you would look up the lost children of the Alleghenies.
Yeah, see, the boys were age 7 and age 5 when they realized they had went missing, like hundreds of people, which was probably this entire area back then, because we're talking like 1856-ish. So you know this place is not populated that much. So you're probably talking about the entire community in this area and surrounding areas looking. They searched 10 days, never found them.
Well, they did find them.
Well, they searched for 10 days.
They didn't find them alive.
And didn't find them. It's another creek.
Because the particular monument we're going to is where they found their bodies.
Yeah, but during the 10 days that the hundreds of people searched, they didn't find them during those 10 days.
Oh, no, we got uphill. I don't know if you guys have watched our Grand Midway Hotel video yet. All night up and down stairs, and now we've got a hill to climb in the woods. Which, funny enough, at the Grand Midway, there is a giant portrait of the two boys there with the little flowing blonde hair. All right, so when you come to the end of this trail, you find two things. First is a sign that kind of gives you like a brief history, which we're about to show you. And another is very spooky back here in the back in all these woods, the middle of these woods. And there has been claims of paranormal activity back here. So we're going to check it out and see what we can, see if there's any truth to that today. But we're going to show you what we're talking about, okay?
So we're telling you that hundreds of people searched for them, right? And they did. But this one local farmer, Jacob Dilbert, he had the same dream 3 different times about where the boys could be found. Now, they went missing April 24th of 1856. On May 8th, Jacob and his brother-in-law set out to follow the signs in his dream. A dead deer, a little shoe, a log across a stream, and then a birch tree with a broken top. They found the boys tangled in the roots of the birch tree. They get them out. They bring them back home to where the boys, being 7 and 5, so they're small kids, they were buried in the same coffin. And they erected a monument here where Mr. Dilbert and found them. So there's been reports, people have heard children laughing, children crying up here, footsteps walking on the woods and on the gravel area. So they were way back here. I mean, even from where we were, I don't know where the house would have been located.
There's no telling.
But from the road that they paved to come back here, from there to walk back here is a good walk. And for them to have been found right here. And I know they're small kids, right? 5 and 7. But how do you get tangled up in the roots of a birch tree?
It makes you think they were hiding.
Yeah. So were they placed there after being killed? Or did they come across someone or something that scared them, and that's where they chose to hide? And then hiding there, nobody coming to look for them, they eventually maybe died of starvation or something along those lines. Maybe they got into the birch tree roots to hide from someone or somebody and couldn't get back out. It's a mystery, but that kind of be more than somebody placing them there, because you could easily bury a body versus putting them in a tree.
But I mean, think about how big this area is.
True.
I mean, somebody might not think they would ever be found.
True.
I mean, and since this guy had the same dream repeatedly and the boys actually ended up being found there, I'm gonna get closer so you can see his picture. But there was speculations of foul play. I mean, honestly, if you had somebody that had a dream and you ended up finding these two little boys in that exact location,
You kind of
anybody would
suspect
think
them.
that.
I mean, I still kind of lean towards the theory of they hid in the tree.
There's probably all kinds of wild
Yeah,
animals
to
out
get
here,
away from
whatever.
either something or somebody that spooked them.
I mean,
Get closer so you can
yeah,
see
you're
the.
pretty fucking lucky because
So it says the
all
lost
the
children
trees
of the
around here.
Alleghenies were found here by Jacob Dilbert. Did you get anything on the SLS thing?
Scanning AM instead of FM. Less radio noise, yeah.
Is there anybody out here? Do you like your little toys people have left you? So I had something. I'm using the SLS thing on my phone. And it picked up for just a split second a little tiny figure over just to the right of the monument. And then it almost looked like it went behind it. But it was like just for a split second. There's no reason to be scared if you're out here. Are you behind the monument? Oh, I didn't even notice on this side. They've been putting sticks and making crosses.
Okay. There's some on the other side, too.
I get it for just a second and then it's gone. Hello? What was their names?
Joseph and George.
Joseph or George, are you here?
Joseph was 5 and George was 7. 7 years, 1 month, 10 days.
Here, let me move back around there to the front.
Yeah, they got cross on the front, the back, and all on the sides.
Oh, did you see it? It just popped up. It'll disappear.
If you're here and would like to talk,
It's right in there.
you can talk through this little device that's making funny noises. It won't hurt you. It's just a communication device. Lets us hear you.
Picking up on the pole, probably. Maybe. Let's see if this pole does it. No. That pole ain't doing it. Oh, did you see there was two of them? The little one's gone now. Alright, so we really didn't get anything like on the spirit box.
No.
But you can't really blame them. I mean, if it is supposed to be two little kids that are out here, I wouldn't be wanting to talk to some creepy old people either.
I mean, they might have been hiding from.
It did, like every couple of seconds, I would get a little tiny figure on the SLS, and then it would disappear like it was hiding behind the tomb or the monument or whatever you want to call it. And then in the back corner was a larger one that I thought may have been the pole, but then I scanned over to the pole next to it to see if it would populate like that, and it didn't. So maybe there's an adult that hangs out back over here also. Anything else to add?
No, it's nice back here though.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this exit.
This adventure. Catch you guys down the road at the next one. Later.